And for our next story, let's look at Vietnam, where a mere toy has spiraled into a political storm. The trouble began with a popular Chinese-made baby 3 dolls. On its face was a small symbol, one that looked harmless at first glance. Now, this toy was a go-to for Vietnamese kids. They were selling like hotcakes before the controversy hit, and then these bestsellers became untouchables, with Vietnamese stores pulling them off the shelves. The symbol below the doll's eye looked like a simple curved shape with pink meandering lines, but to many in Vietnam, it resembled China's 9-dash line. When they noticed it, a wave of online backlash followed. It became a matter of respecting national pride and sovereignty. China's 9-dash line is a map marking that Beijing uses to claim most of the South China Sea. Now, this claim cuts into waters that Vietnam, the Philippines, and other countries also claim as their own. For Vietnam, it's not just a harmless doodle. It's a constant reminder of China's attempts to assert over the Flashpoint waterway. That's why the strong and swift reaction poured in. Selling dolls with that symbol was seen as spreading Chinese propaganda. For many, it was about standing up against territorial overreach, even if it came in the subtle form of a toy. In response to the rage that made it to the internet, Vietnam's government stepped in to take matters into its own hands. The Trade Ministry had ordered an inspection of the toys. Some vendors wiped it off their stores completely to avoid public anger. Reports say that some vendors sold at least 100 dolls daily, with each priced at $20. But what started as a top-selling toy became a liability. Sales dwindled, shelves were emptied, and shopkeepers hurried to distance themselves from this matter. The once booming toy rush just vanished without a trace. Such a similar controversy also took shape in 2023. Back then, it was Greta Gerwig's movie Barbie, starring Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling. Vietnam banned the film from cinemas because some scenes reportedly portrayed the Chinese 9-dash line. In the end, it's a reminder that geopolitics can show up in the smallest places. Even a mark on a toy's face or a scene from a movie can become more than just entertainment and evolve into a battleground for discussion. A simple line to some can become an unshakable sense of pride for others. They may be joined by countries, but erased by those who refuse to accept it.
Good afternoon, Prime Minister Lakshmi.
Good afternoon.
Making headlines in India well before you landed here.
New Delhi has raised concerns in the recent past vis-à-vis the Khalistani separatists that operate in New Zealand. How do you propose to address these concerns?
In our democracy, we believe in the freedom of speech.
Organizations like the Al-Qaeda or ISIS were to hold a referendum in New Zealand, something related to one of your Western partners. Would you say the same?
We have very well-defined laws in our democracy.
No specific conversation on Khalistan on this visit.
It was raised with me. I also raised back our position.
Are you willing to be open to these concerns from New Delhi?
As I keep coming back to you to say, we have strong laws in our system.
Do you think that Ukraine is at its weakest position?
This war is not about Ukraine.
Do you believe that your president was insulted? Yes or no question. Is Ukraine prepared to pay the price for that peace?
No compromises at the cost of territorial integrity and sovereignty.
Diplomacy will work?
Yes,
Do you
it
think
will.
Russia will give up the territory if there is no ceasefire? Do you propose to keep fighting?
We are ready to resist.
Do you think there will be peace?
Many countries gave us 3 days.
President Trump said you don't have any cards.
We do not have another choice.
How do you keep fighting?
You ask me once again the same question.
Because you've not
We
answered my
have-
question.
We have enough capacities to keep fighting.